I've been approached by some guys, men out there, asking me why I am still single. um, you know, People tend to think I'm a great catch, and they just don't understand. For a long time, I couldn't understand it myself, but I don't know. I just it's not really by choice, like I'm aware I have options out there, you know. um and I'm not trying to keep myself busy to, ignore it. It's just that this is really my life. I'm really busy, so usually I won't notice anything unless you come straight toward me and, talk to me. So, but yeah, it's like I think what guys really want to know is like what kind of guy I'm looking for. And I really don't I don't really feel like I can get along with just about anybody, but sometimes I don't feel like certain guys can really kind of get in tune with me as a person, because there's things about me that are a little bit different from other women, and a lot of people know that in my tribe. I'm known for being a special individual, because there's a lot to me, a whole lot. I come from a family of healers. I'm very empathic. I'm very in tune. There's a lot of things that I sense, a lot of things I know. So it's like, usually straight off the bat, I can tell if a guy doesn't have good intentions when they're coming towards me. So it's like, I get that sense. So the guys that are interested in me, some of them, like, I'm just polite and tell them, no, I don't feel like we would be compatible, or, I'll just be straight up. I'm not, attracted to you, because I don't play games. I'm straightforward with guys. And I think a part of that too is like guys who kind of are more into like more like the surface level types of relationship things, the cute girl, the materialism, that a lot of guys tend to be attracted to. Like I can't go with guys like that for certain reasons, not saying that those things are bad, it's just that like my connection with somebody has to come a little bit more deeper, because there's certain facets to me that are very important to know and be aware of. So like, I guess I really would appreciate more of a man who is kind of like within the same energy vibration as myself, and is somewhat knowledgeable in spirituality and development of the soul, because I do a lot of healing work. And this is one of the things that, in my culture, Hopi, um, see, I have a godmom, another mother. My mom gave me to her because she was a holy woman and her husband was a medicine man. She did work with little infants, children, when they're sick. She did healing work on them. The man, he did, healing work, with adults. So, when they're in that type of vibration, that type of energy, holy power, they're usually not allowed to have sex or indulge in like pleasures of the flesh. So they keep themselves pure, and so she wasn't able to have children. She made that decision to be holy, and so my mom gave me to her as, a daughter, so she could have a child, and that's just the way how it was. It's by their own choice. It's by their own calling. Later on down the line, she decided, okay, like, I'm done doing my work, medicine work with people. I want to have my own children now. So then she ended up having other children, with another man. The medicine man went his own way, because he had to stay in that because the people needed him more. So, that's kind of how it is. And like for myself, not saying that, I don't engage in sex. It's just rare. I don't sleep around with people because I'm aware of like the spiritual energies within individuals who go around doing that. And I'm also aware of like the energies of those who are promiscuous. Sometimes negative entities follow them around and they use them as vessels to get into other people's, sacred spirituality, and it causes a lot of chaos. Because I see that a lot in people who like to, mess around with anybody, anything. They don't even know if those people are good or what they carry with them. And they invite that into their soul. And for myself and what I know as a healer, the body is a sacred vessel. It's a temple. For myself, it's a temple for me to receive messages from divine and to relay it to people. If I have anything that is desecrating that or creating chaos within that, the messages are not going to come through clear. It's not going to come through to heal others. So that's why I have to always cleanse. I have to always keep my space pure. I can't become tainted. And it's impossible for me to, because I'm already aware, of things that, are around. And so, like, there's a lot of things that I'm cautious of. So if I'm to be with a man that, really wants to be with me and loves me and stuff, he has to be aware of those things too, not to get caught up in that stuff. Because, that could bring a lot of chaos into my own mentality, his mentality, his whole being. So he'd have to be aware of those types of things that go on in the world and within the soul, because like I'm always learning about the human condition constantly, and so that deserves a lot of respect because it's work, it's spiritual work that I do with people, to give them a bit of some closure or comfort on what they're going through, especially those two that like sleep around. I explain it to them, like, this is why, you are feeling this fluctuation of energies, because you're, going with the wrong people that are not good for your soul, not good for your spirit. You know, they just keep wanting to hurt you. You let them in through a very sacred way. And that's that intimacy. The intimacy is a sacred thing. That's a holy union between you, the person you love, and God. You know? That's God energy, love energy. You know, man and woman come together to create life. Life. And that's a very sacred thing. And these days, people just take that, you know, that way, you know, as something that is not of importance anymore. And they wonder why they're in and out of relationships. They're always attracting the wrong people. They're always, you know, getting hurt. That's the reason why. You know, those types of people can come in through any way, not just your sex. They can come in through, you know, your habits like alcoholism, anything that's addictive. You know, a little too much. Come in through your work. They come in through just about anything that, you know, can become toxic over time if you do too much of it. So it's all about balance. Just trying to catch my breath right now. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why, like, I'm very, I wouldn't say picky. It's more so like very aware of, you know, what I probably would be better with. You know, I would require somebody to be on that same type of like a divine level. You know, it's not to say that I would not enjoy, you know, making love or having sex or, you know, you know, just being fun with the person that I really love and care about. You know, it's not to say that, you know, I'm just gonna go straight up none on you once we get together. No, it's not about that. It's about reserving yourself just for one person, you know, out of respect for not allowing certain energy to come in and fuck things up. You know, because everything you do is a choice. You know, whether you decide, say, like, you got somebody there who loves you, but you go and you decide to take part in pleasures of the flesh, you know, lusting after other women and how they look, you know, or other men. So it's like, you know, in a sexual way to take part in that when you already have something there, you know, that can create something a bit unstable, you know. So it's like, I can't really have that type of thing. I'm not saying that a person is wrong for doing that. If that's what they like, then they can go do that, but I won't be there, you know, if that's what a person's gonna constantly do, because I'll pick up on that. I'll pick up on the energy of the person that is there, you know. I'll pick up on what they're doing, and it'll make me feel uncomfortable, and that's what I don't need. So it's like, as a person with certain abilities, we have to constantly cleanse ourselves. We have to, it's an upkeep. This is just the way we are. You know, this is just who we are. And we were chosen to be this way because of our strength. You know, we're chosen to carry these ways of life out because, you know, there's healing that needs to take place. There's truth that people need to know about certain things that they engage in. You know, we're not condemning type of people. We're just cautious, and we tell you, There's consequences to everything. Consequences to what kind of energies you partake in and you invite into your life. You know? Because a lot of times people want to have their cake and eat it too, but like sometimes that extra there, it's the cut. It's not good for you. It's not good for your spiritual development. You're just tainting yourself, spreading yourself so far out that there's just fragments and pieces of you everywhere. You know, and that's why people take and take and take from you. You know, you gotta reserve something for yourself. And that's like myself. I reserve and respect myself, so my sexuality is only for myself and whoever I decide, you know, like I want to have a relationship, or I want to, you know, or I develop real feelings for, you know. And it takes time to build that. You know, I don't just get into relationships with people I don't know. It's like, you know, I'd have to know them for at least a few years or so, you know. And I'm not saying that like I could never meet somebody that just instantly clicks with me, you know. But there's a possibility of that, yeah. But like, yeah, I'm just more like reserved when it comes to certain things, you know. And I think the passion is there. It's just that I don't act on it very much, because I have a lot of control over it, you know, like, so I don't know. It's just energy wise. If your energy is cool, I click with you, then maybe there's a possibility, you know. And also I look, like I said, like I look at that, you know, if the guy is gonna be, you know, somebody that leads by example and really does like good work on himself, you know, because you gotta love yourself and protect your energy before being with a person, you know. That's where I'm coming from. That's why I never, you know, been with anybody, because I wanted to work on me first. You know, I put myself first. So that's, to me, that's very important. So I kind of look at that, you know, if a guy's gonna do that, respect himself enough not to go out and just be hoary with all kind of women, you know, because that's what hurts a lot of men in the long run. Too much, you know, too much of that stuff. Because, you know, not every woman out there is a good woman. And you got some of them that carry some dark energy with them, man. You know, I seen how some women, they do things to men, you know. Don't sit right with me. And just like, it kind of makes me mad at times, you know. Mad for them. Like, I just want to, I see that happen a lot. And but then at the same time, you know, it's kind of like the man's responsibility to know these things, you know. But sometimes they don't listen to us women. Like, what do we know, right? What do we know? You know, even myself, I say that I don't know it all, but I know enough. I know enough. And I know myself. That's very important. And so it's like, yeah, I don't have worries about trying to find somebody right away, you know, because life is pretty full of things, you know. I got family, I got friends, I got things I enjoy doing, I got my music, got my art, I got my dreams. They're all coming true. I know how to make them come true. And yeah, it's just it'd be nice to share all that good stuff with somebody, you know. But you know, it's free will. It's up to the guy to decide, you know, like if they're gonna take a chance on me or try to, you know, get to know me better. And if he's really willing to change certain things, you know, about himself, his behavior, the way he sees things, you know, because I'm a little different. You know. I think a lot of guys pick up on that, and I guess it's kind of interesting to them. So, I guess I didn't realize that guys really listen to a lot of what I have to say. They do, and they learn, which is cool. I think there's less guys that I butt heads with. A lot of them are kind of like, I get what you're saying, you know, you really get me, you know. It's because, like, and I think the thing too is that, you know, some guys that told me before, like, you know, maybe the reason why guys, you know, probably don't really approach you is because they're intimidated because you know so much, but they can't deny that there's some type of connection you create, you know, between you and them. So it's like, at the same time, it's scary because they don't know about the connection or why they feel a certain way, but at the same time it brings them comfort because of, you know, my healing abilities to understand a person. It's like seeing through them to the core, you know, of how they feel, how they were treated, how they, you know, need somebody there to support or talk to them, you know. So at times, like, I notice in my my healing work, sometimes some of the men, like, once they see, you know, the goodness of what I do and it helps them, sometimes the men tend to kind of, you know, kind of fall for me in a bit, you know, in a way, like, just a little bit, like, they start, their imagination starts going, like, you know, she really gets me, and, like, it's like, yeah, it's just because, you know, just real recognize real, and I've been through a lot. So that, with, you know, just the energy you give and being open for me to, you know, go in and help you figure certain things out, you know, kind of, I guess it kind of makes them feel like, you know, this is the type of connection they need in their life, you know, a real nurturing, you know, woman to kind of guide them through things. But sometimes, like, the men that I help with their healing, they tend to rely on me too much, though, in every little thing, and it kind of becomes a little bit like they're getting their hopes up for wanting to be with somebody like me, but, like, they're not strong enough to be, you know, in my energy all the time, because there's certain things that go on in, you know, my life that they probably won't be able to handle, you know, when I'm doing healing work with people, you know. But me, I'm really well adjusted to certain stuff that happens, you know.